I was the coolest loser in high school. I played saxophone all throughout, marching band, everything. And if you have the wrong note, it's horrible. But you learn those chords, like, oh, I can mess around and it still sounds good. Like, I'm free to not throw the music away, but I can kind of like, I can work and wiggle with it. So the same way here, like there's laws of physics and there's ways to be safe about these things. Once you kind of work with those parameters, it's jazz. Whenever they're all getting tuned, it's like, okay, kind of nasty noise, and there's that one split second where like, okay, this whole section is like in sync. I think it's kind of how it happens where, you know, the pace of life and the pace of my brain don't always work together. When I'm up, you know, hanging off some granite spire, it's like, okay, things are finally kind of in tune. They're getting synced up, so to speak.
Growing up as a kid, and even to this day, I'm definitely more of an introverted type person. So I feel like rock climbing really helped me open up and like kind of break that shell. I think that can be beneficial for a lot of people in that similar situation, right?
I think when I was younger, I was less athletic, so team sports didn't really do it for me. But I wanted to go to college, and then I was like, okay, I'm gonna study adventure education, small little liberal arts school in PA, and I found climbing there, I found some friends.
It goes back to, I guess I would say, my parents, my dad in particular. Big outdoorsman, really loved backpacking. But he bought me this book, it's John Long, How to Rock Climb. And as a kid, I used to thumb through the pages of that, just fascinated, like, how does this even work? Like, this looks really cool.
Freshman year, I went to Seneca Rocks, West Virginia. Super tall, like 300-foot sail of rock.
But then we went up to Taylor Rock, up in Linville Gorge. Getting up off the ground and seeing things that, you know, most people don't get to see, and got on this route called Jim Dandy. And after that, I was hooked.
Like, okay, this is it. I know my path. Over a decade later, now I'm here in North Carolina climbing sweet granite.
For the future of climbing, education is a huge talking point. Actually learning those places that we're interacting with, like the heritage of them, and realizing that future generations, in order for them to be able to use it and have better experiences than even we are, we're gonna have to leave it in a better place. If you don't interact with it, then you're not gonna appreciate it. So getting more people involved in going out and seeing these incredible places, and maybe instead of like staring at a computer screen, you know, they're staring at this like, you know, jaw-dropping landscape that's out there.
I do think it's like really cool to work with somebody that starts out like a Rock 101 course, or they started climbing at the gym, and then to work with them over a period of, you know, a year or two and see how quickly they can grow from being like brand new beginner, can't even tie a knot, to like now they're leading and I'm giving them the lead belay, right? Like that is really fulfilling to see that happen.
When we're climbing, we're part of the environment, right? Like you're holding onto this thing. You're not just like, oh, let me just move past, like, okay, I'm here, I'm in it. And I think there's a little more of a connection there that can like entrap more than just our brain into like seeing this as value.
You know, it's a very scary thing, right? Being high off the ground, feeling vulnerable, pushes your comfort level, right? And so I think for a lot of people that can benefit you, right? Being able to experience something that is kind of stressful. That way when you go into your normal life, it's like these small little things that are stressful aren't that big a deal.
Hire a professional who's been trained and tested so they actually know what they're doing. Climbing for a long time does not mean that you have current experience, and this industry is changing a lot. I think there's that, and then it's supposed to be fun.
Western North Carolina has a pretty awesome climbing community. We have these different mountain film festivals and events that we have. The community as a whole is super supportive of each other when we get out, and try to keep these places that we're a part of, you know, for the next generations, teaching people how, you know, we're gonna actually use these places.
The climbing community has definitely been a huge impact in my life, as being more like open and having lots more friends. And
Friends that I would otherwise have nothing in common with, but there's this idea of climbing. It's really just that, it's an idea, because it's so diverse.
just the network of people, knowing people all across the country. And like anywhere I go, I can like, oh wait, I know this person over here. I can go hang out with them or go climbing with them or just, you know, sit down and have a chat.
The access is pretty easy nowadays to just head in, have my experience, and then head out with, you know, no reciprocal involvement with that land other than usury. Ultimately, day in and day out, the impact happens when people use and then don't replace or don't show their appreciation by, you know, adding to those things. Like if they knew they could donate to local rescue or to a trail conservancy or to the Forest Service as a, hey, thanks, I appreciate what you've done here. I've already realized that I love this thing, and I'm trying to help people appreciate it the way I do. You know, when it clicks, you get people that are just willing to go out there and do trail days or do fundraisers and big projects too.
The climbs are getting longer. The bases of the rock climbs, they're so impacted that, you know, erosion is pulling them away. One or two people climbing an obscure route, it's fine. Now they're having hundreds of people climbing a rock route. Like, there's a cost to that, and I'm not sure that the community can handle that cost. We are beings that live in a horizontal plane. Our entire lives based off horizontal things. Walking on the ground, roads, you know, when there's a hill or flight of steps, that's like an interruption. I think that kind of interruption of going from living on a horizontal plane to a vertical plane can kind of act as like a soft reset. Like, okay, I can be a different kind of person here.